Welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube you can get a mostly professional tarot card reading from a haunted house in a creepy graveyard from a haunted chick like me with really cute dogs, which are not here with me at the moment, but they might be on the live later when I get out the REM pod and the spirit box. Tonight's special is free yes no. Please like and subscribe to get your free yes no question. If you want to get a paid reading, we have a $5 Tacobox during the happy hour every day. And you can get the $5 Tacobox every day, all day during the happy hour, whatever day it is. But the only day that I do the $5 Tacobox all day is Tuesday. So everything you need to know is in the description. You can get a $6 Tacobox, which includes the 3 questions that's in the same $5 one, but you get an extra special channeled message from a loved one, past, present, or future, even if it's a pet, and maybe you want to get a message from your pet. Maybe they're here with us on this plane, maybe they've crossed the Rainbow Bridge, maybe you want to channel a message from a future version of yourself, or maybe even a past version of yourself, or a higher version of your spirit. Everything you need to know is in the description. Every reading is $1 per minute. I'm not doing grief counseling sessions right now because I am just not doing them. So if you would like to talk about getting a grief counseling session, or you would like to talk about doing a reading privately, you can always email me at gypsyqueencardreader@gmail.com. gypsyqueencardreader@gmail.com will allow you to correspond with me and my team so that we can help you, get that roadmap to your heart's desires. So if you would like to get an 1111 love reading or a $15 XXX love reading, you can. There's also different cards that are used in those love readings. With the sexual magical tarot reading, love reading, that is the deck that I use. I use more provocative cards to go a little bit deeper about your person's feelings, or maybe even a little bit deeper about your love life, or even your sex life. It's $20 for the past, present, and future reading, and it's $30 for the general reading. $30 is general, international standard for reading, for a general reading. You get, for every dollar you spend, you get 1 plus minute, 1 plus card. So, it just depends on what spirit has for you. I'm just the messenger. Hey Quinn, hey Angela, welcome to the Chammy. Hey Ming, how are you today? I'm just going to go ahead and put in a pinned comment real quick. I'm good, Ming. Thanks so much for asking, dear. Hey Mindy, how are you? Welcome to the Chammy. It's nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. Sorry, I'm having to be my own moderator for a moment. Tonight's special is the free yes/nos. Go ahead and like and subscribe and put your question in the chat. Also, if you'd like to get a paid reading, everything you need to know is in the description or in the pinned comment about what is available. During the happy hours, you can get a $5 Tacobox, which includes 3 questions. You get 5+ cards, 5+ minutes. You can get an additional channeled message from a loved one, past, present, or future, your higher self, your past self. Maybe there's a pet that's crossed a rainbow bridge, or a loved one that you want a channel message from, or maybe they are here with us now. Like I said, you get that channel message for an extra $1. So that's called a $6 Tacobox. You can also get the 1111 love reading. The 1111 love reading gives you an option to ask a few questions about your love life. You can get the $15 XXX love reading, which includes more of a deeper, introspective kind of look into your more passionate side of your romance, if that's something that you're looking for. You can also get the $20 past, present, or future, or the $30 general. $30 general reading is the international standard. You can use PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or Super Chat. All Super Chats get donated to help my friend Travis Leaf and his mother. He was taken hostage in Moscow, Russia in 2023. I'm doing all I can to help her keep him fed in his situation. Oh, thank you, Dad. I appreciate that.
You can leave it you want, see how it tastes.
Okay. Hey Ari, how are you, sweetheart? How's your day been? I know you said your mom was feeling better. That's always a good thing. I know you were explaining some stuff to me yesterday about her heart situation. How you said she has a monitor now? I just got back from having a nice workout with Dad. We went for a beautiful walk. And did a little hiking. And we went to the park and swung on the swings. I made a shrimp scampi for dinner. Hey Jackson, welcome to the haunted house. Wow, check out the big brain on Eats Farts. Since you're not following the rules of the channel, you obviously don't know how to read, so your grammar's terrible. You don't belong here if you're going to talk to people like that in a chat. Yeah, sorry about that, Jackson. Sometimes people come here and they try to be mean to people. Mean people suck. Like the rule says, no posers. No frontin', no fear. I do have a dark side, please don't make me use it. Spirit, what does Ari need to know? I'm calling forth Ari's most strongest and most trusted spirit guides. What does she need to know about this person that she's trying to make contact with? She'd like to know if Ariana, the Capricorn, is avoiding contact with her, like purposefully not texting. Ari's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What does Ari need to know about that right now? Not using the yes or no cards tonight, Ari, because I don't feel called to do it during these happy hours. I feel a little bit more in tune with making sure that your readings are done quickly through these happy hours, because they only last an hour. And I can get a quick refresh on your energy and your situation a little bit quicker with these tarot cards. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it.
Wait.
It's okay.
I think you have to put more juice here.
Sorry, Ari, about the interruption. Frank and Dad, did you get enough to eat?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, let me start over. Ari, Spirit, I'm calling forth Ari's most trusted and most strongest spirit guides. What does she need to know about this person making contact? Are they purposefully not contacting her back? Hi, welcome to the Chammy. Welcome to the haunted house. Spirit, what does Ari need to know about this right now? Spirit says, yeah, they're purposefully doing this not to be rude or negative. Okay, yeah, they are purposefully not responding right now, but it's only because this person is trying to put some things in order before they can actually communicate. They are coming from a loving place, so try not to fret too much. Excuse me, that is something that's negative, is a negativism or against you. This person might be a little bit busy right now. The Emperor is a very energetic energy who's putting some things in order that are very important to them before getting to smaller tasks. She will get back to you and is coming from a loving place. There's not a lot of negativism in that Emperor with that Lover's card as the clarifying energy too. I hope that helps, Ari. Keep me updated. She just might be a little bit busy. Trying to put some things in order. You're welcome. Well, did you actually ask that person who was maybe purposefully, that you felt was suddenly avoiding you, texting you, did you ask them? Were you ever able to clarify if they were? So abruptly, oh, I hate when that happens. Yeah, that's happened to me. But it hasn't happened in a very long time. Like, I haven't, first of all, I'm super careful. Can never be too careful with strangers, but at least that person showed you their true colors. I know. I would have to say that, so this will be an interesting story for you. There's a girl. She's a good friend of mine, I would say. I would send her birthday gifts. She would send me birthday gifts. We talked all the time. Did tarot. We just had a great time as friends. And it was mostly online. Okay? But then one day she changed her whole scene. I guess it's because she couldn't get $250 an hour for tarot card readings and book as much as she would have liked to have booked that week, that month, that season, etc., etc. But at $250 an hour for a tarot card reading, I mean, she wasn't Madame Pamita. Okay, it wasn't like you're getting a reading from Princess of Hollywood or something, or Madame Pamita, or some of the other, which Madame Pamita is the woman who certified me as a professional tarot card reader. This girl, I would have to say, was very charming, very kind, very loving, and I care a lot about our friendship. But she started to pull away from everyone and everything, and moved, and started, instead of doing the tarot thing, she kind of turned around and started doing the helping people to kind of glow up kind of thing. but it was so difficult for me to stay watching it because everything I was reading started with with the letter I in every sentence. I this, I that, I this, I that, I. I mean, and it would be a 3-foot paragraph of I's. And I was like, how can I level up or become more highly evolved when this is making me uncomfortable? And I feel as if I had to take that as a sign that, the lying about the age, the lying about where they're coming from, the lying about what they're doing, the lying about the drinking, the lying about the toxicity thing, but trying to help people out of that kind of darkness when they're living that darkness. I mean, I guess it's okay, but at the same time it kind of felt hypocritical. Like, I needed a mentor who was not drinking every day and hiding it. I needed a mentor who was being honest. I needed a mentor and a friend who was being fair, balanced, and was somebody I could go to. So I just looked for another friend and another mentor. It doesn't mean that I don't still love that friend or don't still talk to her or don't still, but she did pull away without even saying too much. It was just like, one day we were friends and the next it's like, hey, do you want to get in on my master class, my glow up master class for $250 a month? We'll rebrand your whole career. Here, let me just go ask ChatGPT how to rebrand my whole career. You know what I mean? It's like, no. 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 And I just was reading something from her the other day on Facebook, and I felt so uncomfortable reading it again because it's like, you were 28 when we met. What do you mean you're still 28? And I met her in the last decade. So, while I don't feel like lying about your age is really that big of a deal, like lying about if you have an STD or if you're married or if you got kids or you've been to prison or something, but I still can't believe that she just kind of faded out, just stopped talking to everyone to be this kind of, energy in the world that, I don't know, it's just like, I feel like everything that I could have experienced as a friend with her would have been so much better than everything I'm experiencing now that I've been put on the outside looking in. Do you see what I mean? So I know what it feels like, Ari. I do relate to your issue. Hey, God's daughter, welcome back to the Chammy. How are you today? Yeah, I strongly believe that honesty is the best policy. And the best part about honesty being the best policy, especially with yourself, is you never have to try to remember, what shenanigans are happening or not happening. Just being your true, authentic self is exactly what is meant to be. Of course, yes. Look at the pinned comment, sweetheart. It says $25 goal today. Like and subscribe to get a free yes or no. Get a free yes or no read. Haunted house and a creepy graveyard. Special free yes, no. Or the $5 taco box or the $6 taco box today because it's the happy hour. You can still get the 11 love reading, the $15 love reading, the $20 past, present, future. So yeah, I'm doing readings right now, sweetheart. Sorry about my friend Summoner Zenian last night. He's very wise and he only wants the best for us girls. and guys who come to the chat. So sometimes you'll see him say something to somebody that, drop a little dose of wisdom on you. So I don't think he was trying to be rude last night too at all. I just wanted to let you know that. Did AC get divorced already? Alright. My dad brought me an apple to have with my wine, so I got a little bit of apple in my tooth there. I had to remove it. Can you guys hear the crickets or the owls? Spirit, what does she need to know? I'm calling forth God's daughters, strongest and most trusted spirit guides. Did AC get a divorce already? Did AC get divorced already? What do they need to know about that? I feel like they would very much like to get a divorce. Okay, I feel like they'd very much like to get a divorce in this reversed moon card. With the energy being the death card behind the reversed moon. It could very well be in the midst of this. These are two no cards. Upright, the moon would be yes. Would be a yes. But traditionally it's a no. It did fall on the ground upright. I mean, reverse, not upright towards me. But I feel like Spirit's letting you know this person is in the process of making something like that happen for themselves. If you got the moon and the death card coming up, especially reverse moon, not a happy bunny. They want to be happier though. Okay? So be good to yourself with your thoughts. There's definitely something they'd like to see happen if it hasn't happened already. But the card is saying yes, but the energy is still very much no. So they could even just be in a separation, heading towards that kind of legal and emotional and physical relief. But remember this. So I'm going to tell you a story. Because I know you're in a bit of a situation where your crush is kind of making you a little bit crazy and you're like, what the fudge? So Neville Goddard, I know you've probably heard of Neville Goddard. He took a lot of the practices of and the things in the Bible and gave them more meaning and more kind of modern advanced. Well, what I feel a little bit more modern advanced meanings to make a little bit more sense to us more modern day creatures. Basically, he said to himself that, one day that maybe he wasn't so happy with the wife that he was married to. He just felt like they didn't have as much as he felt or thought they should have in common. It didn't mean that he didn't care about her, but he did spend a lot of time trying to figure out, how to, fix the issue. But basically one day he was just like, moved to a hotel, stopped, being in an unhappy situation that didn't serve him. His wife would not give him a divorce despite the circumstances. So he started to think about things differently. And instead of thinking about how he could talk her into giving him the divorce, he spent more of his time thinking about the person he wanted to be married to instead. So the way that he would do that, he would go to bed every night as if that person was there with him with him, his wife, you know, it's just there with him is what he said. Now, back then, remember, they slept in beds like the way Lucy and Ricky did on the I Love Lucy show. So he described it back then as if she was like in her own bed. All right. And he said it took about 2 weeks for his manifestation to come to fruition, where the police called him and said, you know, you got to come down to the courthouse on this date because your wife was picked up for shoplifting. And you need to come down there to the courthouse and, you know, give a statement about what kind of person she is to the judge and let us all know what you think about this because you're her husband. And, you know, back then women were pretty much men's property. So he went down to the courthouse that day. He listened to the story and what she was being accused of. He told the whole room, look, people make mistakes. She's never done this before. It's probably even my fault because I left home because I don't want to be married to her anymore. I don't feel like we're compatible. Doesn't make her a bad person. Doesn't mean that she'd be a bad wife to somebody else. He's just like, I feel like God has a wife for me that I'm meant to be with, and there is somebody else better than I am for her. God has a better husband for her. So he goes, it's probably her acting out because it's my fault because I left home because I felt like, you know, I wasn't comfortable anymore being there. So I moved to a hotel. So they excused her. They got her out. They let her off the hook for shoplifting because he was like, you know, she has a great character. She's always been a wonderful wife. It's like, it's me that's been the terrible husband. And after that, she's like, you know what? That was so kind of you to come to my defense and stick up for me. She's like, I'm going to give you your divorce so that you can go and marry the woman that you want to be with. And I'm telling you this story today because I feel like, you know, the universe, I feel like the things that we are taught by society, you know, the limiting beliefs and the circumstances can really get us feeling stuck and down. And hearing a story like that might inspire you to, you know, feel better about your situation, or maybe help you, you know, work with your creator, you know, because your creator creates things that you cannot create, okay, so that you can work with it, with what it does create, to create miracles for yourself and others, okay? Oh, that's so interesting, yeah. And what's interesting is it's as if the cards have something for you to learn from them. You know, the other readings said yes. I mean, I would prefer for people to leave other readings that they get at the door when they come in the door, but what I'm saying here is that, like, it's so interesting that the reading you got said yes, and then the moon card fell on the floor upright, but reversed. Now, the card was reversed to me when I looked down, but if I had picked it up, it would have been upright towards you, towards the camera view. So it's almost also the thing you have to remember about the moon card is that it's about mystery. There is a little bit of mystery right now that, you know, Spirit is keeping you from knowing and seeing right now. And that's not so much a bad thing. It's more of like a protective kind of thing. So I do find it interesting that Spirit said yes in your other reading, but my reading is actually telling you, no, they have been thinking of it though. Yes, it is something that is there for them in the not too distant future that is transformational for them, but it doesn't really look like, you know, it's actually legally happening. Hey Mindy, welcome back to the Chammy. How are you? You know, it can get really difficult, like thinking about, like, are you manifesting right? Are you creating your story right? There's really no rules. The only rules there are is be good to yourself with your thoughts. And you know, don't purposefully hurt yourself or people. And your thoughts are very powerful, so be careful with them. That's why I say be good to yourself with your thoughts. Why are my dogs barking? There's no reason to be barking. Yeah, I bet they do. You know, and it all starts with them. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we don't know what their limiting beliefs and circumstances are. You know, we don't know what they're telling themselves about each other, their situation, the people around them. They might be the kind of people who, you know, they live and breathe and eat what they see instead of really getting deep and introspective about what they're feeling and communicating what they're feeling in a, you know, in a calm way that might help them to, you know, break outside of some of these chains that they put themselves in with their connections, their relationships. I mean, everybody's got problems, but you gotta pick and choose your battles. You know, what do you, like, what does God's daughter want? You know, what do you want? You gotta go to your Creator and ask for it. And you know, you have to understand why everybody has free will in their reality. They don't have the free will to go feral on you or to create your life or love story for you. You are in control of your reality. Your free will comes first in your reality. I love reading cards. It's so much fun. To be able to get thousands and thousands of answers depending on what the question is and what cards show up. It's just so cool. I love it. I need to find all my mermaid cards. I love my mermaid cards. I've got my Golden Girl cards. I've kind of introduced those back again, but I want to find my mermaid cards. Those cards are really deep and emotional. And I just love the mermaid. I love mermaids, so. I think they can be very helpful. I think tarot cards can be very helpful, but I also feel like people will use them to their advantage to, you know, drive themselves crazy. And that's the thing, is that it's something that I feel might have been invented, you know, during a time and space in the world where people wanted something else to go to other than just the Bible. You know, I feel like it was something that they created to pass the time. I mean, I know there's a lot of card games, but I think it's so exciting to be able to read even tarot with a regular deck of cards, like that you play poker with. Okay, let's see what time it is. It is now 10 o'clock. If you would like to get a paid reading or a free yes/no question, go ahead and put it in the channel now, because I've got about 15 minutes left for this happy hour before I have to go do some animal activism. I can't believe this. So I guess one of the counties here in Georgia is, there are some abusive people working at one of the animal shelters that were caught on tape, and I guess they're asking for people to tell Clayton County officials to remove the workers shown on the videos abusing the animals at the shelter and to consider criminal charges. And I mean, abusing animals is a felony in the state of Georgia, so I wouldn't see why that would be too difficult to make happen. But every voice counts. Do I remember your birthday? I know it's in April. Is it April 6th or 9th? If you want to know why you have a crush on a guy that's married, I don't think it has anything to do with him being married. Only you will be able to understand that within time, why you have a crush on anybody. It's something that you, and only you, will have the answers to. And you know, it's just going to have to be something that you try to figure out on your own. I don't think that the cards can tell you. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, you are really the one that has the answers as to why you like anybody you like. It would just be like you asking yourself, well, why do I like Stormy? Or why do you like yourself? I don't think it has so much to do with anything, you know. You don't like him because he's married. I mean, I'm not picking up the vibe off you that that's something that attracts you. Is married men, because maybe it's some kind of challenge, but or maybe that's what it is, and subconsciously you haven't realized it or something. But you know, we can't help who we love. It's like saying, why am I attracted to a gay person? Or why am I gay? Or why am I attracted to a bisexual person? Or why am I bisexual? Or why am I attracted to a transgender person? Or why am I attracted to a black person? Or a pink person? Or a white person? Or a purple person? You know what I mean? Why am I attracted to chihuahuas? Because there's obviously something about that person that you're attracted to. So maybe that is what you need to be looking towards, is what is it that you are attracted to about him? What is it that you've been attracted to about him? Do you see what I'm saying? So what you're saying is that you've had a crush on this person since you guys were kids before he was married. So now that changes some things, because it can be very difficult when you have feelings for somebody and they marry someone else and they don't marry you. what do you do with those feelings? I've been there. So it's not so much that you have a crush on a married person. It's just that you probably have known this person for a long time. You know, you got with other people, they got with other people. Hey Zinian, welcome back, dear. Do you find yourself like looking more back at the past than at your future sometimes, God's daughter? When you think about him? Yeah. Well, take your time. It sounds like you really do want to move on, or you wouldn't have thought about it. But it's difficult for you to move on because you can get, wrapped up in the idea of being what you're in love with, of the idea of what being in love looks like to you, or being in a relationship. with someone and what that looks like to you, and maybe, you know, it's that it would feel comfortable if it was with that person, because maybe it's feeling more difficult to want to have an experience that involves you, that nurtures you, that is healthy, happy, harmonious with a complete stranger. You know, it's, humans are very curious by nature, but also we can be very, like, just choose what's right there in front of us instead of go for the gold, or go for the, you know, go for that thing that we, you know, it might be a little bit more difficult to get over the rainbow to get it, but it will surely be worth the while. The wait. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you told me this person said something to you about, like, wanting to be with you, have kids with you, or something like that, but you know what? I mean, that's great and everything, but he's gotta actually take action to make that happen, you know? Okay. I wonder if we all get cheated on at some point in time. Seems like it just happens to everyone. Me. Oh, no, I'm not saying that you're waiting for him at all. In fact, I don't even think that. In fact, I would hope that you're not, because waiting around just puts things on pause. Waiting around instead of expecting, you know, it's being excited about expecting what you want to show up to you. Being excited about, you know, how it will show up to you, what you will experience. You know, these are things that, you know, you might find exciting to think about. Oh my God, it's gonna be so hot tomorrow. Hey Shams, how are you? Welcome to the channel. I'm from the Greek island of Cyprus. Hey Chris, welcome to the channel. I know we've actually never tried to talk to her on the spirit box. Oh, you mean like seeing her on Ghost? Like, I know the movie, yes, but I never tried to talk to other mediums that have crossed over, no. Yeah, I've seen ghosts. Actually, I made a comment not too long ago about how I was like, I saw that movie when I was a kid. I never thought I'd be doing it though as an adult. Yeah, my aunt told me something the other day. She said that I always saw dead people. It's like, oh really? So that's been going on since I was a kid, huh? It's just like, I've always been hearing them and talking to them. Which is nice to know because I have missed a lot in regards to, missed out a lot on, like I've lost a lot of memories from hitting my head in the car accident. So it's nice to get back like memories that families or friends share with me. You know, and then I'll remember them pretty clear once they tell me what about the memory or whatever. Well, it's been an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and peace out here for a little bit. I'll be back in a couple hours with the REM pod and the spirit box. Oh no, actually it's not age. It actually is because I hit my head in a car accident. Okay? It's not age. Maybe it's age for you, but I lost a lot of memories and a lot of time because of it. In fact, I wouldn't have even known who I was had I not had this YouTube channel. They had to show me who I was, what I did. I'm glad that I had my music on this channel so that I could listen to it and relearn my music and relearn how to do what I love. It's been very strange. Very, very strange. I'm like dying to come back and know who the fuck you are. I literally had an engine in my lap. It was so weird. And you know what's crazy is like, it felt like, you ever seen that movie Labyrinth where she goes through the doors and there's all these hands? And they either take her up or down. Like I felt like all these hands like pushing me back in my body. It was so weird. It was so weird. Okay, I'm taking my hair and we're gonna go take a nap. I'm kidding. I actually have to get back to work with a different project I'm working on. So come back later for the spirit box and the REM pod if you guys want to hang out with me and get a tarot card reading. Bye, Chris. It was nice to meet you. Thanks so much, God's daughter, for coming by. Thanks, Indian, for coming by to hang out too. Ari, it was nice to chat with you, honey. Sorry if I forgot your birthday. I thought that it was like the first week of April. Is it April 1st, 3rd, or 6th, 9th? Yes, Dance Magic Dance. I love that song. Alright, y'all. I'll be back in a little bit. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Kalanita. Music is